Hi, I'm Sherry from Billy Mills, and I'm going to show you today how to make buttons with hyperlinks for your Bitmoji, or whatever, not Bitmoji, but in your Schoology banner under announcements or your updates. So this is a little bit more complicated than just putting in a picture because we're going to include hyperlinks, and they need to be made in a Google Doc, not a Google slide. And within the doc, you're going to be creating tables. So I have tried many different ways to get this to work and watched a lot of different videos, and I found this is the easiest way to get it to look correct and do it the most efficiently. There may be other ways out there, and you're welcome to try those, but for me, I found glitches with sizing and how to attach things. So if you follow these steps, it should work pretty well for you. It does take quite a while, so up front, you need to figure out what you want your buttons to be underneath or within your banner, in your announcement section of Schoology. This is the first thing students will see when they open up your page in Schoology. And I wanted these 6 banners. This is what I've already been using as folders. So the reason we like buttons is because it's just a little bit easier for students to access. It's bolder, it's bigger for them to see on the iPad. It gives it some visual effect. So you can see most of these links are the same as what I already have below, although I do not have a WebEx folder. But weekly slides, I match the color to the folder color here. You don't have to do this style. You could use circle buttons. You can make any type of button you want. My classwork pink button matches this folder. My at home days button matches this orange folder. Planner checks matches the blue, discussion posts, etc. You can see down here, I have this page called Buttons and Banners. I'm going to eventually delete this out because I do not want my students to have access to this, but I need it here for this project. Okay, so this is what mine looks like at the moment with my Bitmoji classroom and all the buttons. All right, so when I click on, say, weekly slides, if I was a student, I would click on weekly slides, and it takes me now to my weekly slides page. I can click back here to the main page, and let's click on my planner checks, and it takes me straight to the planner checks. Now, I do realize that it's not that much different than sliding down and opening this folder. It just looks kind of nice, and once you have it set up, you don't really have to mess with it anymore. If you're at an elementary level, you would only have to do this once because you probably only have one class, and then you could have your buttons for all of your subjects. If you teach more than one subject, you're probably going to set this up by assignments or style or units, and you are going to have to do this for every class that you have in your courses. Okay, so I'm going to go to a Google Doc, and I have already created, this is exactly what I have pasted in here, my Bitmoji and my buttons. I created these buttons in slides, and then I imported them into docs, downloaded them, and then uploaded them into this Google Doc. But it's important to use tables. I can't stress this enough because if you just try and paste it in, the sizing doesn't line up very well. So using a table is really important. This is actually just one cell table to put in this Bitmoji classroom. And then this, I created a 6x1 table. I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, I'm going to start out, sorry, I just paused there. I'm going to start with a brand new document, Google Docs, and I'm going to go down here to File and Page Setup. Move my picture out of the way. And I'm going to change my margins to 0.1 for all of the margins just to give me more space. And I found that using the standard letter size is best for Schoology. I tried making it larger. And it fell off the page. It didn't look right. So keep this set at letter size, which is the default. I'm going to click OK. And now we think we're just going to dump in pictures here, but we're not. We're going to first create a table. So I'm going to go to Insert Table, and I'm going to make it a single cell right here. And now I'm going to insert a picture of my Bitmoji classroom, which I have downloaded from Google Slides. As a JPEG file. So I'm going into my downloads, and I have it saved right here, and I'm going to hit open. And there, it popped it in. Notice it's still in the table. So I do not like this white bar around this. So right here, it says border color. I'm going to change that to white to get rid of that. However, on the next one where I'm going to put in all my buttons, I need that black line to kind of see where I'm at because of the white background. So next I'm going to hit return. And I'm going to insert another table. This one, you have to know ahead of time how many buttons you're going to create for your for your Schoology announcement page. So I'm going to insert a 6 by 1. I want one row. You could do multiple rows, or maybe you want however many you want to set up, but I'm going to do one row with 6 buttons. Okay, so now I've also saved from a Google slide to my computer all of the pictures of my buttons. So again, I am going to set this up here though to make it centered, and yeah, I'm going to leave it like that so it's starting as centered. I'm going to go to Insert Image from the computer, and I'm going to start with my WebEx button. This button I saved again. I downloaded this slide, these single slides from a Google slide. So there's my WebEx, and it's going to dump right in here. And now it's important to move your cursor to the next part of the table. Insert image, the next cell of the table. Insert image from the computer. My next button, I want my weekly slides. Next button. This is matching the folders I already have set up in Schoology. Classwork, open. So you do kind of have to plan ahead. It is easier to move folders around within Schoology than to recreate all of your buttons if you do need to make some edits. Insert, and I'm on my next cell, insert, upload, and now I'm going to do the at home button, and now that will go away. Apparently I need to highlight the whole thing and change this to white. And I don't know why it doesn't let me do it. And now I move that around, just hit my back button. Can't seem to grab onto these. And now let's go to white. Not letting me. Okay, so let's pause. Okay, I have just highlighted that table of all 6 of my buttons, and I've gone up here to the border color and I've changed it to white. And that takes away the little black lines around the table. Okay, now I'm going to highlight this entire thing. And if you don't want to highlight from the corner, like I did just there, you can also right click and hit select all. I can get to the right. Okay, that's in Schoology. Okay, pause. Now I'm going to highlight everything here and copy. Now I'm going to go into Schoology, and I've already created this for this class. So now I'm going to go into another course to make buttons. So I'm going to go into this 8P6 class, and I have the announcement here, but I don't have any buttons. So I'm going to remove this so I can insert buttons. And I'm going to go to Add Materials and add a page. This is the only way to get those buttons in there. You can't add them directly into the announcement. Now I can hit paste. And there they are. Now I can add some links. So right here, I'm going to click on the WebEx box. Remember, this came from a table, and it's important that you used a table for this. And I can hit my link button, and I don't have it open now. Oh, here it is, my Cisco meeting. I'm going to copy this link right here. Copied, and I'm going to go back to my Schoology. I'm going to paste my link. And there is my WebEx. If I click on that, I would open up WebEx right there. Weekly slides is next. So this is an easy way to do this, is to have Schoology open twice, so you don't have to be going back. You need to have 2 tabs of Schoology open so you can copy and paste very easily. So here I want to find that weekly slide in my 8P6 class. So I have another Schoology open right here, and I'm going to just go over here to my courses and open 8P6. And I need to be on weekly slides for 8P6. This is what I mean about if you have more than one course, you need to have all of them with separate links. So I'm going to copy and paste the URL, go over to where I'm working. There is the selected weekly slides button I created. I'm going to add a link, paste it in, and hit insert. Now, if I would click right here, it would open it to 8P6 weekly slides. Classwork. Again, I'm going back to my other Schoology because I want it open so I can catch them quickly. There's my classwork folder, which open when you click gives you a different URL specific to that page. Copy, go into my Schoology, click link, paste my link. At home, I'm halfway done. Right here, classwork. Open the main page of this hour. Click on the orange folder for their at-home classwork days. Copy the URL. We're almost there. Link, paste, insert. Planner checks. In my 8P6, I'm still in the same one. Go back so I'm at the main screen. Weekly planner checks folder. Copy the URL. I'm not very good at shortcuts. I always do it with my clicks. And link, paste. Oop, I think I messed that one up. Let's try that one again. And my last one, discussion posts. This course, back to the main part of that course, find that folder, discussion post. Copy the link. We're almost there. Link, paste, insert. All right, now I'm in a page here. I'm not in my announcements yet. So I am going to, this is where I can right click and select all for everything there, or you can just scroll your mouse. And now I want to copy it because they're all selected. Copy, not copy image, but copy. And now I can literally just hit cancel on this, or I could hit create, but that means the students would have access to these buttons. They would see these buttons in this title page that would be loose in Schoology at the bottom of all the folders. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. I don't really need this anymore. And since I copied it, and now I'm going to go to updates. Remember before I deleted my original Bitmoji because I decided I wanted to add buttons. And it shows my original one right here because it will say most recent. That's not really the announcement. So I'm going to go to the gear wheel here and delete that out because it does show what's been posted. And now I'm going to go into here, into the main part of the announcement and hit paste. And very important that you hit the talking bubble and click on the bell and hit post. And see how it fits. Let me move me out of the way. Let's say I want them to go into the weekly slide. Now I'm in the 8P6 weekly slide, and then they can open up whatever they need to. Go back here again. It's going to take me straight to the announcements, and there are my buttons. They all are linked to these folders down below. However, the WebEx is linked to my WebEx link to open up my WebEx. If you're going to do the workaround and use Google Classroom still, you could create a Google Classroom button, and that takes you to your class. And boy, that would make it really easy if you're going to kind of combine the two for now until you get used to Schoology. Maybe you have outside resources. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. I think I might add that to mine. Maybe you're going to, whatever it is, these can be outside links or linked within Schoology, just like we can do in like a Google slide. So this is how to make buttons for your announcement, which is kind of like your top of your page for each class in Schoology. And if you have any questions on how to do this, I'm pretty new at it, but I can help you out if you have any specific questions. Again, your buttons can look like anything. You can make them however you want, but I did find that putting them in a table in Google Docs is probably the easiest way to get everything to line up right. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions on hyperlinks for your Schoology announcements. Thanks.